on the B70, the Intel Arc Pro B70, and see how it runs. So I'm assuming it's going to run well. I've already tested this. By the way, if you've seen screen tearing, this is not a gaming screen. This is a creator screen, so it doesn't have all the fixins. But I'm testing it externally rather than game capture because I want nothing to stand between the test and the performance. I don't know, like it's unlikely game capture would cause problems, but you never know. So this is 4K. We're actually cranked way up right now. Obviously, I literally just turned the game on. So we'll have to play for a bit, and I may cut if it's like nothing's happening, but you can see here we're at 4K. This is very high, by the way. We do have FSR unbalanced. 4K native's not going to run well, but we're cranked way up here. Texture quality max. We have so much VRAM, so whatever. Texture quality max, hair quality high, 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 high. We're just cranked. I'm just maxed out. And there's ray tracing. I put to high as well. Global illumination. Sorry, illumination I put to high as well. Ray tracing off for now, at 4K, but we'll see. It does not have XCSS, which is lame. Maybe they'll add it later, but Capcom's actually pretty bad for not adding XCSS. Look at the FSR. Like, look at that wobble. It's so annoying. That's FSR for you. XCSS is just a better technology. So let's go down here. Let's turn it up to performance. That should give us 60. Yeah, there you go. At 4K, right? This is not a 4K GPU. This is a 1440p GPU. You can do 4K, but you're going to need scaling. However, 1440p I've found so far in my testing over the past few days that it's pretty good for 1440p, like native max kind of stuff. Let's try some 1440p in here. I'm going to be like cutting around a little bit because I'm not really sure. Like, it's not like a game that I've tested to see if there's a better area to test it in. But let's try them down to 1440p. Like so. Look at the... Yeah, that should be okay. Yep. That'll give us a huge jump in performance. We also can turn this down. So we'll start with native 1440p. Again, we're maxed out here for 1440p. Like, I mean, again, I don't know much about this game, but we're clean above 60 with good lows around 40, meaning it's not going to feel weird. This gun seems not up to the task. Oh, she's so cute. She's like a little nugget. She's cute. Cute kid. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, we're finally able to save. So what we can do here now is we can come in and we can come down and have a look at some ray tracing. So that, again, that's 1440p. We'll turn the ray tracing settings on. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, it's gonna run really well. I mean, it's not path tracing, it's just ray tracing, but it actually runs really well. Okay. This is, okay, let's turn off scaling then. This is not the most demanding area, obviously. Like, it's just an indoor kind of hub thing. Yeah, that's ray tracing, that's the game max, other than path tracing. So ray tracing, and then everything else turned way up, and 1440p, no scaling. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good, right? We'll just play, I'm further now. We'll just play for a little bit at 1440p with ray tracing and everything cranked up, and then we'll kick out and try some path tracing. But this is running really well, obviously. Like, truly really well. It's basically 60 FPS to 70 FPS gameplay. Look how well this is running, though. It's almost 60. With 1440p with ray tracing maxed out. You can throw in a little bit of scaling if fortunately, like I said, it's DLS, it's FSR, but you know, just a tiny little bit, you're not gonna be able to tell that it's on really. And that'll just give you that little extra boost. Right, not bad. Now let's save, and then we'll try a little bit of path tracing. So we'll have to come back, but we'll go like this. We'll go back to the title screen, and we'll try path tracing. I have no clue how this is gonna run. This is not really a path tracing GPU, but We might be able to get it to work. So, I mean, so far it's running really well. So maybe we have to drop down to 1440p or something. I don't know. So let's see what else we can change here. So we have ray tracing. I'm just trying to turn it up because so far it's running fine, like really well. So that's ray tracing on. I think path tracing, I think is locked to NVIDIA, if I recall, which is stupid, but whatever. It is what it is. Is there anything we can turn up? I think everything's maxed out. We can try frame gen. That's maxed. That's maxed. Mesh quality. Sure. Shadow quality. Let's just turn things up even more. Effects quality. That doesn't run well if it's at 4K, by the way. Volumetric lighting, max. Is there anything else we can turn up? Okay, this is like as max as we can possibly make the game at 1440p. We'll turn that off again. So there's no way of making the game more demanding. Well, other than doing it 4K. So this is 1440p, actually legitimately maxed out. I already talked to you. Oh, I had to go back. Also, she is incredibly cute, this kid. I'm happy that the game is not like, the protagonist is not one of those people who's like, she's so cute. Not one of these people where they're like, oh, I don't want this kid, you could follow me, and it's like resentful that he has to have her. He's just like, yeah, let's go, let's rock. It's like so cool. It's so nice to have a non-edgelord protagonist for once. Like truly, it's really nice. Just like a dude. Okay, so this is the game as max as we can possibly make it at 1440p. There's no way of making it higher because it doesn't accept path tracing. Ray tracing on max, everything on max. And it's almost locked to 60 with lows at 49. You have to admit that's very good. Like it's running really well. This area is, I guess, the lighting, right? Yeah, that's probably the ray tracing. Because see how the lighting is, and then out here it's not as bad. And then you come in here and there's like all this reflections and stuff. We're finally able to let it go below. For a second there was below 60. There. Whatever this scene is here. Looking at this. Maybe it's that fan. I don't know. That's the first place I've been able to get it to go down. It's running incredibly well though. What else can we do? Frame gen. Let's try some frame gen. We're almost at 60. I will not use frame gen if the performance is low. If you know my channel, I just won't use it. But we're almost there. So let's go FSR. I mean, balance, we might as well use it, and then we can try some frame gen. And we should be able to get pretty good frames here. So FSR frame gen, balanced scaling. Yo. Look at the lows are good too, actually. I always worry about the lows with frame gen of like just becoming crap. Man, that's actually really good. Look at the lows. I don't know, is it an NVIDIA thing where you use frame gen and the lows stay down, but then the frames go up? I don't know. And it feels nice, like there's no latency at all. Yeah, so you're gonna get really good performance here if need be. How do you do this again? There we go. So this may be a case where I actually do use frame gen because, I mean, it's not a competitive online shooter. It's bringing the lows up very high as well. Like the lows are now 27 higher than the average was without frame gen. I mean, we turned scaling on, right? Which obviously helps. Scaling helps, of course, too. See, that's the thing. See that? See how weird that looks because of FSR? Look at that. That's the problem with FSR. Whoa. That's the problem with FSR versus XeSS. Get wrecked, bruh. Look at that. Can you run frame gen without FSR? Is it possible? I don't think so. Maybe I'm crazy. And I just made that up. No, oh, you can. Okay, so we're gonna go no scaling and FSR frame gen on. Yeah, that's better because I don't want to use FSR because it makes the lines look weird. Okay, so now we have FSR off, but we have frame gen on. This is probably the way that I'd play because it was almost at 60 anyways. And so there was like no latency. And look at the lows, right? I I don't know, I use all these different GPUs, and every time I throw in Framegen with NVIDIA, the lows become like 30, while the average is like 250. It just feels like crap. And we just don't have that issue here. It's very good. Yeah, not bad. So obviously the game is going to run incredibly well, right? You're going to be able to really crank. I don't need to keep playing on camera, but you know, we're going to be able to play at very high settings. We're going to be able to get really high frame rates. You can do ray tracing. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can play native, Framegen optional, and it is working quite well here. Oop, wait for a sec. It is working quite well here. We're getting really high frames with good lows too, so that's nice to see here. Yeah, pretty happy with what we're seeing here. Any more bad guys? Yeah. I don't play a lot of action games, so this is like, I don't know, I felt like I would be really rusty, but just so you know, this game feels very smooth, regardless of the GPU. Like, I mean, the performance obviously helps, but, oh, I forgot what I was doing there. I was looking. Yeah, it's running really well, and that's the thing. This game, it's been a long time since I played these type of games, and it feels really smooth. How do you, oh, that's how you do it. I was pressing the wrong button. It won't take long for me to get the hang of this game. It feels really smooth. It's running well on this GPU, so just so you know, the GPU is running incredibly well. I don't feel like I'm fighting against the GPU. I'll just say this again. The Intel Arc B70, it's not just that it's a good GPU, right? It's nice, but it's not niche or blah, 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 anything like that. It feels like a mature GPU, like a good GPU. I've been using Intel Arc since it came out, and this is like, I don't know, the B580 also felt fantastic, but it just wasn't, look at that reflection, it just wasn't as performant, right? Like the B580 just wasn't as performant. Here, like this feels like a GPU that's been around for a long time, right? Like it feels like an NVIDIA GPU or a, you know, AMD GPU, refined, high, like mid-range, mid to high range, upper mid-range type GPU. It just feels like that, where it feels refined, it feels smooth. There's no weirdness, there's no quirks or anything like that. It's not behaving oddly. It's just a good experience where, you know, I'm using it and I'm not fighting against the GPU, and that's really nice. That's a big benefit here for Intel here, where we went from, yeah, like Intel A770 was a good GPU, but I was always fighting against things, right? And we don't have that issue anymore. Here, it's like, this is a real GPU. It's mature and it feels nice.